everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I am Gus.
I am Gavin.
I am Barbara.
Hi, I'm Geoff.
And I'm Gus. Jeff, you're a monster.
Why?
You know what you did. I saw you do it, like right before we went live.
I burped?
You went to the bathroom and didn't flush the toilet.
I went to a urinal.
There's no urinal in those
No,
stalls.
I went to the bathroom. Yeah, but they auto-flush.
No, they don't.
Don't they?
No.
Doesn't every toilet have a little sensor that auto-flushes?
Do you want to go check?
Isn't it 2021?
Not when you're standing up, peeing into the toilet.
Well, because
What do you mean?
were...
The sensor does not read that far.
I don't think...
You walked away from... I made a mental note of it, because I was at the urinal outside of there.
Well, why didn't you just say something then and I would have
Because now we
corrected
can
it?
talk about it on the podcast.
I assume
was like, this is gold to lead the podcast with.
I assume
Liquid
that-
yellow gold.
I assume that anytime I use a public restroom, it's got a little sensor that auto-flushes because it's been that way for 30 years.
Every single public restroom?
Huh?
So wait, was it a
It's not been
toilet
that way,
or a...
20 years.
No, it was a toilet. He was trying to pass it off as he was at a urinal. He was not at a
No,
urinal.
I was at a toilet.
Oh.
But when you go pee at a toilet, it has the thing that auto-flushes.
No, it definitely does not.
Were you not in the bathroom long enough to hear if the toilet flushed or not?
I was having a conversation with Gus. I don't think about it.
While he was pissing?
Well, no,
Oh,
we
yeah.
came out of the stall, and I finished at the urinal.
Do
We
you
went,
ever do-
washed our hands together. He's not that much of a monster. He did wash his hands.
Do you ever do twos here?
No.
Because that'd be way worse. I mean, a little bit pissed.
I swear to God, that bathroom has got to have an auto sensor.
No, Mike's shaking his head no.
It doesn't.
I think that
Well, that's gross because it is 2021.
You're right. It's not your fault. It is 2021's fault.
I'm not on trial here. The goddamn bathroom is on trial.
I don't think that any of the stalls here have the auto flush.
No.
And well, listen, I didn't realize that Rooster Teeth was still in the past. Now I get it. Okay. Goddamn. Well, I try to fucking. It's 2021, Rooster Teeth. Get a
Do
bathroom.
you have a sensor on the toilet at your home?
Yeah, I have a bidet.
Oh, it automatically flushes with your bidet? I hadn't heard that
Oh,
feature before.
that's very fancy.
It's very nice
It is fancy.
That would be nice.
It's fancy until you use a different toilet.
to use it.
And then you become an animal.
I like having control over my flushes personally, because
Why?
I feel like most places that have that automatic flush, it never works the way you want it to. It either flushes too soon or never.
Well, you know, the nice thing about the option is that you do have control. You can choose to flush or let it do it. I assumed that our bathroom at Rooster Teeth was in the present, not in the very, very distant past. So I didn't. But, boy, I will from now on.
It's 30 years in the past, apparently.
There are some toilets that have such a violent flush, and it's an automatic flush, that if you're sitting on the toilet when it flushes, it'll literally, it'll suck your vagina lips down with it.
Try having a pair of testicles.
Oh!
The worst is when
They
it's
get
so
those
strong
white
that
water.
it splashes.
Yeah.
That's the fucking worst.
At least you guys have everything that, you don't have things that go internally. I guess you have your butthole, but, you don't want it splashing up in the crevice up in there. You know, it's just bacteria.
Yeah, you're right. Why are toilets still so terrible?
I don't think that technology will ever change.
Right? It's largely unchanged, except for auto flushing, I guess, is the only.
Which we don't have.
we don't have. So we have the same toilets our grandparents were using here at Rooster Teeth. The toilets of our
The exact
grandparents, write it
same
down.
ones.
That's our title.
What do you want from a toilet that it doesn't do now?
That it doesn't splash on my ass when you flush it. Why can't there be any consistency? Why are some toilets short, and then why are some toilets long? You sit on a short toilet, your dick's rubbing up against the. You gotta worry about your dick placement.
There's a
and how it
toilet.
goes?
There's a bathroom in this temporary office we're in. The toilets are higher than normal. I love it. As a tall person, just to be able to sit down and not have to
That's what we
fall.
adjustable toilets. You can adjust your car seat. Why can't you adjust your toilet seat?
Yeah, but a squat is better for your asshole.
Yeah.
I'm just peeing. I guess if
The,
it's your asshole.
the shorter the toilet, technically the better, right?
Yeah.
Because you get more of a squat.
I
Yeah.
feel like American toilets are different though to a lot of European ones. They suck all the water away. I feel like my bogs in England would just put more water on, as it was always a set level. I think I was in Germany where I just kind of shat on a shelf, and then the water blasted off that, so there's zero splash whatsoever. We should do a bog tour.
I like this, Eric.
Hey,
help us pay for a bog tour.
They've been looking for more premium content, and I think this is a show
Toilet
right
reviews. I forgot about this in talking about this the other day.
here. I'm not joking, by the way.
Yep. Price it out, Eric. I saw a woman live my worst nightmare, and I felt so sorry for her. I was walking down a public place. I was walking through a mall, and like I saw this woman off to the side, like kind of like sit down, kind of squat down near the like with her back up against the wall, like off to the side in the mall, and like she had a friend with her who was like looking down, talking to her, and I was like, oh, I think I know what just happened, and I think that woman accidentally shit her pants while walking through the mall, because like I gave a quick look and I could see like stuff on the floor under her where she was squatting.
Oh my god!
And her friend was like taking her jacket off to like give to her to like wrap around her waist and stuff. And I felt so bad, like I couldn't think of what to do to try to help this woman. The only thing I could think to do was like act like I didn't notice it, right?
Yeah.
And just like keep walking. It was like a quick look, like, oh, I know what's happened. Like
How old was she, do you think?
if I had to guess, I'd say late 20s, early 30s, maybe.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
an embarrassing
yeah,
situation.
that is such an embarrassing situation to be in. It is a legitimate fear of mine that I will accidentally shit myself somewhere in public.
There are a lot of
It's no fun.
there are a lot of things that happen where the best thing you could do for someone is pretend like you don't notice it. One of those is if you're talking to someone and they accidentally spit, or like a piece of food comes out and like lands on their own face and they like brush it away. Just like be looking at something else, like
Yeah.
pretend you don't see it. Don't want to embarrass them any further.
Or just spit food over your own face.
There you
To
go.
match.
Too much. But yeah, I can't imagine living through it. I think I try to live every day of my life to prevent putting myself in a situation where that might happen.
You've never shit yourself in public.
When I was in kindergarten, I shit myself. I shit my pants because someone was taking too long in the bathroom.
Other than work, have you?
Other than work, have I shit myself in public?
Yeah, because I know the answer to that one.
I feel like I shit myself twice a month.
In public?
I don't
Jeff,
know.
recently, I think you shat yourself while you were talking about how you pissed yourself. Didn't you?
I did, yeah. I shit. Dude, I wasn't in public, but I shit myself on a Zoom meeting the other day.
Oh my god.
You and Trevor both did that.
That was like, well, the other day for me was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But it was like, I think I told Gavin. I don't think I told anybody else. But it was like during like Jordan and like all executives and stuff. And I just shit my pants, and then I just kept going. I didn't realize. I thought like, I think I probably. Well, I have to check on that later. And then I finished up like the last 10 minutes, went to the bathroom, and went, oh wow.
I need to.
It was like a.
Okay. That's what I wanted
handful
to
of
clarify, because I think we might have talked about this on the podcast before, but when someone says shit themselves, like, are we talking like there's pieces, or are we talking like it just like prairie dog the underwear?
If there is residue, you've shit yourself.
Okay.
Like if there is any kind of duty on you or on your underwear, or even like a stain,
Yeah, I think
you
if,
shit
a,
yourself.
if a wipe shows results, you've shat yourself.
Yeah,
that's
if you can,
a good way to put it.
If you can turtle out and then suck it back in cleanly, I think you're fine.
But what if it just kisses? Like, there's just like
if it leaves
the wipe-
lipstick,
the wipe
you're
test.
dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chat just informing Jeff about all the times he shat himself recently.
Yeah, I shit myself all the time.
Hey, it's part.
I thought it was
part of life.
alcohol, but it didn't go away when I
just got
quit drinking.
IBS.
Yeah, didn't go away.
Yeah, you might have IBS.
I would wonder, like, is there a
doubt.
test? I feel like I do. Like, is there do you tell your doctor, like, do I
Go to a
have IBS?
gastroenterologist. They can do all kinds. I'm getting a colonoscopy Friday.
My doctor.
Can we film it?
But they're gonna film it. They do that.
Are you out cold for that?
Yeah. I gave you guys the footage of the last
They
colonoscopy.
put you
It
in
was
Twilight, don't they?
Yeah,
Like,
you're in Twilight. You're not.
It
out
was like
cold.
it was a happy hour. I think we did.
They
years
need
ago.
you awake because they need to adjust you.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, when I had an endoscopy, which is the one in the mouth, not the one up the butt. And when they put me under, they give you like the 2-shot Twilight stuff. Like the first shot, you feel like really woozy and out of it, and they give you the second one, and you're like out.
You don't remember anything.
Right.
Yeah.
They give me the first one, and I remember they gave me the first one out in like the prep area. Then they wheeled me into the room where they're going to do the endoscopy. And then I remember seeing my doctor there, my gastroenterologist, and I thought, oh, that's weird, my doctor's here. And then they gave me the second one, and like that's like the last thought I had in my, like that's how out of it you are. Is I was like, oh, weird, fancy running into my doctor here.
I remember the first time. This was 10 years ago. I did it. I just remember the conversation. They give it to you, and they're like, "You're gonna go somewhere. You're gonna go sleep or whatever." And then I just remember like being slapped on the ass and woken up by the doctor, and he said, "You did great, buddy." And I was like, "Ow."
He slapped your ass?
Yeah.
After colonoscopy?
Awesome.
It's like getting like a rhinoplasty surgery
Yeah.
and then just like slapping you across the face. Great job, bud.
Are you sure you're not confusing it for when you were born?
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember that one. Yeah.
A little baby boy.
We're in an interesting situation now where tomorrow the next bleep face comes out,
Yeah.
and then we don't have any more.
Yeah.
Ever?
No, we're not ahead at all.
We were ahead, and then somebody got sick and ruined it. So now we're.
Don't look at me.
Who
look,
actually-
Look at Canada.
Yeah.
He got sick?
I didn't get sick. Did you get sick?
Nope.
All right,
Andrew
well,
got sick?
I don't know who else it could have been.
Did he?
We hadn't heard from him for like a week. He said something today in Slack, so he's definitely alive. I feel like I hadn't heard from him for ages.
I check on him every day, and I go, "Are you still alive?" And he goes, "Yes." And then I texted him first thing Sunday morning, and I said, "Checking in, still alive?" And I didn't hear from him for 8 hours. No! And I said, "I'm gonna assume you're still alive." And then I didn't hear from him again for like 4 more hours, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Like,
I didn't realize
he's really into turning his phone off these days. I don't like
He
it.
loves it.
I don't like not being able to contact him.
I never realized he's on our Slack.
Yeah.
I can Slack
Could
him right
anybody
now.
message
Yeah,
him?
he's there. You said that. And I was like, do they have a separate one or is he on ours? He's on ours.
Well, yeah. He works for Achievement Hunter.
He's a good employee.
I thought maybe it was a separate one or something. I don't know.
No, he's been working for Achievement for a couple of years.
Andrew.
Is this live?
yeah.
It is. Yeah. Floppy top.
I don't know why people like to ask that.
I don't know.
Is this
So that's what he looks like, huh?
You never met Andrew before?
He's been here at least 4 rolled ankles.
I don't know if I've ever met him, though.
You must have at some
I
point.
don't know. I don't know that I have.
Well,
I might not have been around. Like
you
when
haven't lived until you've spent any time in person with the enigma that is Andrew.
Well, the thing is about Andrew, I've always pictured him with a mustache because of his Twitter profile picture. And so when I saw that he didn't have one, I went, this isn't him.
Yeah. Well, that mustache was a glued-on mustache anyway.
I know it wasn't real, but for some reason I've always pictured him like that.
It's a problem, though, because the notes section is getting long on my phone. We have
Yeah.
so much to talk about.
And when our notes get so big that we struggle to even decide what to talk about, that then creates more shit, and we just never ever get to it. Like
It creates
gets like a critical mass that is unapproachable.
It creates joke compression.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to deal with because it's hard to release the valve to let the comedy out evenly. You know
all
what I mean?
stopped
You
up.
get fits and spurts,
Yeah.
and then sometimes like some of the jokes get clogged, and then you got to throw those away.
And we'll
it's
come
fucking
in
annoying.
with our notes, and then he'll say something like, "I dropped a bowl of smashed up muffins on the bathroom floor," and then we're just like,
Well, that's 4
Well, that's gone.
episodes. Yeah.
"Go ahead."
Dropped a bowl of smashed up muffins.
Anyway, listen to Bleep Face to learn all about this.
It's a podcast about fruit and fruit-related activities. That's the best thing I
I
can say.
just listened to the episode where you guys talked about apples, and I wholeheartedly agree with everything Gavin said about that entire discussion. I was going, yes, Gavin, yes, absolutely, 100%.
What did he say?
Just that, like, apples are okay. They're not near the best fruit. Anybody who thinks they're the best fruit, you're weird.
What's the best fruit?
I really like strawberries, blueberries.
See, the problem with strawberries and blueberries is they're inconsistent. You can get a really excellent one and a really mediocre
I think
one.
all fruit could be well. That's
If you get a Honeycrisp apple is consistently good.
it's
I feel
consistently
like
okay.
The problem with small berries, though, is you have to eat a shitload of them to make up the same mass as an apple, but they'll probably give you the shits.
Well, how about this? Gus, what is the best fruit? Give me your top 2.
I think
This is a
apples are
fruit
great.
So apple's the
Yeah,
1 or 2.
Apple. If I had any fruit, probably like apple and a sumo orange.
Apple and a sumo orange. See, I like about you get specific. So you're like a
Wait,
Honeycrisp apple
and a sumo
orange.
Because
Gavin?
they're like a red delicious apple, garbage.
Right, or
Absolute
like-
trash.
Well, there is a lot. I'm learning about the complexities of,
Yeah.
apple bouquets and flavors. Gavin.
Are we doing my favorite fruit?
Top 2.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever
two.
covered it in
Top
the other
2.
one.
Number 2 for me would be a pineapple.
good one.
Controversially, number 1 for me would be a grapefruit.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoa.
This is like
okay.
cosmic crisp.
Dude, I almost. Well, hold on. I'll tell you a funny story about that in a second. How about you, Barb?
other than berries,
Just one?
I really like pears and bananas.
Ooh.
Pears and bananas. So
If
you
you
have
get-
berries, pears, bananas.
If you get like a nice pear that's like not too firm, that's like top 2.
I think that's the trick. I think most people eat pears wrong.
When they're-
and they
yeah.
eat them when they're too firm.
Pears are
you really
good.
have to wait for them to ripen up.
Yeah.
And they're excellent.
And bananas are just they always taste the same.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about bananas. I will say, I think banana is the most remarkably consistent fruit. It is
Yes.
very, very rare that you have a subpar banana.
It's because they're all clones of each
Yeah,
other.
I had one in Florida. It was a fucking nightmare. It upset me. It was a whole thing in the other
Oh,
podcast.
peaches are good too.
Peaches are good. Peaches, nectarines, apricots,
Grapes.
Here's the thing about fruit. There's no bad fruit. There's no wrong choice when it comes to fruit. The fruit basement is probably like a green like a green grape, maybe. It's like
No,
the
we
fruit
have-
Green
basement.
grapes are great.
Green grapes are
Red
good.
grapes are better than green
I
grapes.
would
No.
I would,
no,
Oh, yeah.
no.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
would disagree with you and say that the olive is one of the worst foods,
I love olives.
let alone the worst fruit.
Okay, well, if you're going to consider an olive a fruit, then I understand that that's controversial because it is. I
What about
understand that, like,
tomatoes, then?
according to the letter of the law, it might be, but we're going to go with like
Traditional fruit.
traditional,
You're
what
gonna
is
go to the
considered
grocery
to be a
store,
fruit,
what's in the fruit
grocery
section.
store-esque fruit. We're not going to get into the etymology of it,
Yeah.
right?
All melons are just filler, as you guys said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob.
I think melons.
Melons are garbage.
Here's the
Let's
thing
be
about
real
melons.
talk.
No.
They're
Melons
not
are
bad. They don't taste bad.
There's no such thing as a garbage fruit. All fruit is
No,
good.
melons
However,
melons
here's
are
what's
not fruit,
great
but
about
melons are garbage.
melons. So you guys aren't parents yet. Melons are subtle. They're easy to eat. They're great for kids who are learning flavors and tastes. You as a kid, you love melons, and then you grow out of melons as you get older. Melons serve a very important purpose. They're fruit primer for kids.
I hated
It's
hated
true.
melons as a kid. I still hate melons.
Cantaloupe, honeydew, all
now.
that shit.
Garbage. It makes me want to vomit.
I don't
thinking
love
about
them,
it.
but
The
my
best
honey
fruits,
do.
the three best fruits, and it sounds like a cop out because you can't pick one, but it is a perfect it's a flavor triangle between, as Gavin said, a grapefruit by far, absolutely,
Say
pineapple,
grapefruit?
grapefruit, pineapple, and watermelon.
Oh,
Watermelon
You
as
gotta-
your top?
Oh my God, yes!
I was
As a
respecting
top?
your list until you threw watermelon.
How do you not like
garbage in there.
watermelon?
Watermelon is
Watermelon
disgusting.
is above apple, but I wouldn't put it in top 3.
Oh, it's easily above apple.
No, it is
I wouldn't
not
put it-
above
I would
apple.
put it king of the melons, but I wouldn't have it high up amongst
Yeah,
the other.
it's king of the
it's
melons.
definitely king of the
for
melons.
sure, but not
A
top
salty
3.
watermelon.
Watermelon's
It
the
could be better
last
than
thing
that.
I go for in the produce section of the grocery
The
store.
last thing.
Maybe
in the-
not a cantaloupe might be lower than a watermelon, but it's down there with it.
It's
You're crazy.
bottom is cantaloupe, then honeydew, then watermelon.
You're
Yeah.
crazy. Watermelon
What
is
about gala?
delicious.
Was that an apple?
It's an
Gala apple. Yeah.
Gala apple.
You're contributing though. Thanks.
I think there was a
That
melon
honey
as
crisp
well.
apple. I'm gonna tell you a little story.
It's a Cosmic Crisp.
Or sorry, that cosmic crisp apple. I'm gonna tell you a little story about it. If is that the one that was on his desk?
I should do this myself. I
Why don't you
Gavin's
hear the
desk.
story first before?
He had one on his desk that he took with us the other day. I thought it was that one.
Did you wipe something on my apple?
No, but what I did was I came into the office the other day and nobody was at work yet.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was 11 a.m., right? So y'all weren't awake yet. So I came in and it was a ghost town, of course, because way too early for you guys to get up, 11 a.m. And I was walking through and I was looking at stuff and I saw a giant thing of Gorilla Glue that had never been opened. And I thought, well, this is a prime opportunity. So I grabbed the Gorilla Glue and I was looking at stuff to glue to stuff, right? And I went straight to your desk and I was going to glue everything you had to everything that you have, right? And I started with the Cosmic Crisp because I thought, like, this is great. He left it here. He was going to take it home and he was going to have it. I remembered you were going to have it in your pastrami sandwich. You were going to add
Yeah,
Cosmic
yeah.
Crisp to
I
the
was gonna have a
pastrami.
slice of apple.
And I realized you
that-
probably left it and forgot about it. And I was taking the cap off, and I was about to put it on the apple, and I thought, where did this desk come from? Is this like one of like Ecom's desks, or is it like a marketing desk that we're borrowing? If it is, should I not ruin their desk? And then I thought, why do I give a shit, right? Like, you guys are already knocking ceiling tiles out. Whatever I do isn't going to be
Some
anywhere
people
near
try
as
to
bad
fix
as
them.
just the bog standard shit you guys do, just going to the bathroom and not flushing toilets, you fucking animals. And so I thought, so yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. And then I thought, something told me no. And so I put the cap back on, and I put the apple back down, and I just walked away.
You did nothing to it?
And I did nothing to anybody's desk, and I thought, oh, this is maturity. I thought about doing it. I enjoyed the thought. In my head, I did it. You were very annoyed. It was very funny. I also did it to Trevor. I also did it to Alfredo, who I've never done any of that stuff to. He was really confused.
I feel
I had
like-
a great
So
laugh.
I think-
But then it all just happened in there, and then I didn't do it.
I think
come a
the
long
apple's
way.
good, Barbara.
It's fine.
I'll give a review.
That's actually one of the better apples that I've ever had. Whatever flavor that is, whatever type of apple, that's a good apple.
Jeff, what's the scale?
1 to 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. If you ask me again, I'm going to punch Gavin.
7.
Okay, that's a pretty.
That's a good apple.
That's
Isn't that about where we rate?
That's commiserate with where we were. Yeah, I think it was in the
I think
sixes.
all apples are like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah. Again,
Honeycrisp is
they're
a 10.
good.
The highest ranking this apple got was an 8, and that was from Andrew, who didn't eat one.
I gave it a 7.6, and I was being kind because I thought you guys were being a little mean, a little hard on it.
Talking about how good an apple is, and Barbara just gave it a 7.
No, I said they're middle of the road. I said they're middle of the road. I'd give a good pear a 10.
Did we talk? I think we mentioned it on the podcast my failed glue prank on you. Geoff was like knelt down for some reason on the floor doing something. I'm not sure if it was to like open an Awu package or something, but he was just like sat on his knees and his feet, the soles of his feet were just like up behind him. And I just got a shitload of Gorilla Glue and just caked every single open spot of the bottom of his shoes. And then I went home and like a week later I was like, oh shit, I guess there was never a reaction to that. And you're like, oh, I didn't even notice. It's the worst prank in the world.
Gluey shoes and had no idea.
No idea. No fucking clue.
I think maybe it just hardened before he stood on them again.
You didn't notice like a texture difference from your sole?
It was the Achievement Hunter floor, so stickiness.
It's sticky. It's covered in bacon jam and fig jam and shit, right? So how would I know? So anyway, that's the fruit-related portion of the con. Do you want to get into pastrami now?
What about
I like
vegetables?
Where do you get your pastrami?
Good
these
pastrami
days?
sandwich. I get it up at. There's two places I think that have it really good. You can get it at Biederman's, up off of what is that?
You
Far
don't have
West?
to say. I know it's
Yeah.
on Far West. Yeah.
And Nervous Charlie's. I don't know
What
if
is
you've ever been
that?
there.
What is Nervous Charlie's?
Nervous Charlie's is a bagel shop on North Lamar. Oh. They're really popular. If you want to get something from there on the weekend, you got to order online like an hour and a half.
Where on North Lamar?
North Lamar by Houston Street.
Okay. So real close up to like the high school and stuff.
Yeah, right. We were real close. You notice that McDonald's there? Like,
Yeah.
kind of across. You know where
That's the-
Tataya is? Like right next to Tataya.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Interesting. Nervous Charlie's. That's cool, man. I just
Little mealy. Good sweetness.
mealy. Interesting.
Great flavor.
Interesting take on
You know that apple's supposed to
Okay.
keep for a year.
7.
7.
7.
That's
Nice.
a solid 7. It's a good apple. Oh, nice little hint of tartness.
Ooh.
7.5. That went up.
Have
That
you,
tartness-
Andrew Payton is angry and he doesn't know why.
Jeff, have you ever been to Schwartz's in Montreal?
Yeah. I went there at your recommendation.
Okay.
And I had their brisket and
There's
this
smoked.
smoked pastrami or brisket or whatever they call it there, and then you had like an orange soda with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's that
It
fucking.
was like totally different than Austin or than Texas brisket, but like really fucking great.
Yeah.
Biederman's, I think, is top of the food chain that I've discovered so
Biederman's
far.
is fucking excellent. Biederman's is awesome.
That's a place in Austin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on far west, kind of north of west of Mopac. It is. I eat there probably twice a week right now. Yeah. I
Excellent.
cannot.
I wish they were open later. They're only open till like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
cannot-
I'll have it for dinner tonight. Closes at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
can't get a handle on how much I love pastrami. I
Pastrami's really
can't
good.
get enough
you
of
should-
it.
You should try it. They have, what do they call it? I think they call it Willie's Pastrami sandwich at Nervous Charlie's.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all
really
about
good.
Nervous Charlie's. I'm gonna try that soon.
Why
maybe
are you
try
all of a
tomorrow.
sudden obsessed with pastrami?
I don't know, man. I was getting breakfast a couple of months ago, maybe a month and a half ago now, and Emily asked me what I wanted, and I was looking at the menu. We were ordering at home, and I just everything was boring.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sick of breakfast tacos. I'm sick of waffle. I'm sick of bacon. I'm just sick of breakfast. I'm sick of eggs. You know, I've had 46 years of eggs. I'm just tired of it.
Gotta change it
and,
up.
What's that?
Gotta change it up.
Yeah, and so I thought I'm just gonna get something I've never had before. I don't even know what pastrami
You've
looks
never
like.
had pastrami?
I've never had pastrami in my life.
Wow.
And so I got it, and it was like a flavor revolution.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten it out of my subconscious since. Like
No,
it's always back
pastrami's
there.
amazing.
Yeah.
Pastrami sandwiches, classic.
There was
Hot pastrami
another
and
place that
mustard.
used to be really good. It was at Melvin's Sandwiches. I forget what it's called. Melvin's. It was a little trailer in the parking lot of what is now Home Slice on North Loop.
Okay.
That place was awesome. Like that was the worst part about Home Slice opening up that location was that Melvin's had to go away.
What did they used to be? It used to be like a paper company, right?
Was it?
Yeah,
Or
I think it was
it
like
that
a
doctor's
little like
office?
Dunder Mifflin type thing.
There was that doctor's office right around. There wasn't that the doctor's office with the merry-go-round in the front that you and I got yelled at for riding.
Was it for kids?
Yeah, it was a pediatrician's office, and we were going to garage sales on a Saturday. We like pulled over because we saw like one of those merry-go-rounds. You put like
got
a
out of
quarter.
your car for
You got out of our car and started riding it, and then like we didn't realize they were still open in the office. Workers came out and yelled at us, and then we ran back to our car and drove off.
I don't remember if that's where it was, but I do remember.
It was like right there in that
It was
area.
around there, yeah.
That was the world before smartphones, huh?
Yeah, we weren't
yeah.
like taking photos or anything. We're just like, oh, let's get out and write that. It
Just for fun.
was a long time ago.
Yeah. Before people did stuff for TikTok, when they just did it for fun.
Yeah, back in
know.
our day.
Every time I do anything now at the office, I'm like, is there a camera rolling? No? Okay, why bother? Why bother having fun unless it's being filmed? Like Gavin tried to push me today on a scooter while riding his one-wheel scooter. And I was like, well, no one's filming this, so like, why?
It's just for us.
I know. It's just for us. But I'm like, I might get hurt, and it'll be for nothing.
Like a little sidecar to my one wheel.
Yeah, like John Reisinger was like proposing, like, could you do a handstand and do this thing and like this weird physical challenge? Like, wait, hold on, let me get my phone out.
Yep.
It's like, we don't try that. That sounds really cool.
Because if you're gonna get hurt, it might as well be for content.
And guess what? People got hurt. So it was a good thing I was filming.
Makes it worth it. Because then you could pay your medical bills.
Yeah, America.
Speaking of getting hurt, how are you feeling over there?
After Extra Life?
Yeah.
This year was odd because usually it's a pretty even spread between Michael and myself with the moonballs or the paintballs. The ratio was off this year. It was like 4-1, or maybe even 5-1. He got hit so much more than I did. I took a pretty big one in the first one hit me right in the testicles, which put me on the ground. And then the helmet, which was too big, swung down, and the grill like hit me right in the teeth.
Oh,
So I was like, I don't know what hurts more. And I was like checking to make sure my teeth were still on. I left for a bit, and then I came back. And then the very last one hit me right in the middle of my face. It was Brad Stuver absolutely hoofing him at us. The last one, I had my hands here because he was like, don't do this because I could hit your fingers and like snap them back. Just punch the ball. So I was like doing this, like I'm trying to box him. You can see in the footage, he just strikes one that's going right for my head. My reaction time is I go like this, and it hits me in the head. Like I moved my fist like 2 inches. I remember looking at him on the ground, looking at the ball, and then it was I blinked and it was like here, and I was like straight up, and that rocked me. I had a headache for like 4 hours.
That shit was so fun to watch.
It was so fun. Watching, the best part for me was watching him practice kick and hearing the thud. And then as soon as I heard it, I thought, this is going to terrify them. And I ran inside to watch you guys see it, see the realization hit. And that was maybe the best moment of Extra Life for me.
I think
Someone in broadcast faded between my face and the crowd.
There was a moment
amazing.
where because he cracked the wall open basically as he was practicing, and it faded a picture of or an image of Gavin in the studio being horrified, and then the wall. And then Brad came over and just put the ball into the little slot that broke into it, and it happened to line up with Gavin's head exactly.
Yeah, honestly, the helmet was it made it so much worse.
Just for
I think,
show.
just because it was.
I saw you on the
Let's
ground.
make it look safer.
I saw you on the ground
safer?
after the first kick going, it's like my teeth, and I went, oh, buddy. And I heard you go, could I get a helmet that doesn't hit me in the mouth?
At one point, one of the balls hit Michael, and he goes, "I bit my tongue! I bit my tongue!"
Yeah, and I made sure he wasn't bleeding. And then he got hit like twice in a row. Then we switched sides, and Brad just nailed him again on the other side.
Do we have that?
You couldn't have asked for anything
That
better.
image of the bruise Michael tweeted.
Michael's lap is busted.
Oh,
yeah.
It's one of those bruises where it's just like an
How
open
did
at
you
the
get
top.
out of that okay? Like, how are you just unscathed?
I got hit
think.
less.
Yeah.
I got hit in the head.
And then
I think
after,
karmically, Michael's got another couple thousand of those coming his way.
Yeah. They did moonballs for the remainder of the shots, and my favorite part was when Code 4 shot moonballs at you guys, the medics on staff.
The moonballs were the greatest reprieve. I would take 100 moonballs over one peppered soccer ball.
What was the fastest? Because we had the radar gun out there, and I clocked him, I think, or the fastest I saw him clocked out was like 42. Do you know, did he ever get any faster?
He must have. I feel like
think
that
he
thing
must
is
have. I don't think he
accurate.
was even close to kicking it as hard as he could.
No,
Oh,
and he
100%
was
not.
doing us, I think, a lot of favors in where they were hitting because he can be precise. You can be pretty precise with a football when you're a professional footballer.
When you do it for a living?
Yeah.
Also,
But-
as a goaltender, isn't he like the one who has to wing it the hardest and the farthest?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they
Shoot
had
down
to
the
kick
field.
like the whole pitch.
Right.
It was intense. We were like hanging out with him outside waiting for you guys to come out. Just like he was warming up, and then we just like kicked the ball around a little bit. I was playing goalie as he was just like lobbing the balls over, but they were so soft and so gentle. And I would like catch him. He goes, "You're doing that without gloves." I'm like, "You're like 5 feet away from me."
You're throwing an underhand.
Like literally.
He was such a nice dude.
He's very
Yeah,
nice.
he was lovely.
It
very
was just
cool.
an amazing night, like just to walk on with Michael, and it's a double-edged sword because people are now just saving their donations for when we show up because
Yep.
the donations equal pain. But it was just like a wall of gold lead
Yeah, it was, like,
donations. There was like no
nonstop.
normal ones. It was like,
You guys couldn't get a single word in for probably the first half hour.
Yeah, Jack kept
incredible.
It was yeah.
and then I looked at Chelsea's tally, and it was already up to like 40 balls. I was like,
It was like watching one of Ray's streams.
Ray chucked in a 10K.
Yeah.
himself.
He did. That was awesome.
a great one.
Good guy, Ray.
Somebody chucked in 5K to make Matt Bragg run a 5K.
Well, now all of
that was
Achievement
brilliant,
Hunter,
man. I'm so glad you did that.
all of Achievement Hunter has to run a 5K.
Yeah, they do.
Are you included on
I'm
that?
not an achievement hunter.
I think you are still.
No.
I would
I'm
say
not
for
a
this
part
you
of
are.
Achievement Hunter.
If you started it,
I'm about
that's
as
for
I'm
life.
as in Achievement Hunter as you are.
You were in the army. You can run a 5K.
I didn't say I couldn't. I just said I'm not a part of Achievement Hunter.
So you're
Also, point of clarification. I was in the army, so I no longer have to run a 5K. I did it for the country. I ran 5Ks for America.
You vomited for America.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, you guys raised an insane amount of money that last 2 hours of the stream. It was
$172,473, give or take.
it was more than that. I think
They counted out from the...
we started
Just
the
from those
segment.
leads?
That might have.
We started the segment, I
only.
think, at just under. I want to say it was like 480.
Yeah, it was at like 5, I think, right, or 490.
Yeah, and
something,
you guys ended it at like 780
It was.
or something close to 800.
Thanks very much if you donated.
Yeah,
Yes.
Amazing.
It's always phenomenal to see the support that we get at Extra Life. And it always blows you away. It's always humbling. I don't know what it was about this year. I know it wasn't a full 24-hour stream, but it wasn't like the big to-do it's necessarily been, or as big of a to-do as it's been in the past. But this felt like the best RTX. Or I keep saying RTX. This felt like the best Extra Life we've ever had. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just that we all got to be together.
I think it's coming
together for the first time for a great cause. I mean, we've had those moments before. We've had Last Laugh. We've had a few moments where we've gotten to be together on camera, but nothing to that scale, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was just like, the audience was wonderful, and everybody that came and donated their weekend to help support.
I think it's a
You guys donating your
combination,
bodies.
literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think after
Always.
having to do it from home mostly last year, and just like being in isolation for almost 2 years, it just felt like extra good to be back. But something that I was thinking about just right at the end when we were like, everyone was thanking everybody, and Matt had his whole video. I was getting like really emotional because I was like, this is one of the reasons I love the Rooster Teeth community so much is Extra Life, and seeing like the outpouring of support and donations and enthusiasm that everyone brings to it, and like people at the company and like the whole crew and just everything. It's like, fuck, this is the reason. This has been a really hard year and a half, 2 years. And like coming back for Extra Life and doing that and like experiencing that again is like, oh yeah.
And getting to know that you're I don't know, doing a little bit of good out there.
Yeah.
And it definitely is going to go in the mental Rolodex of favorite, up there with favorite things that we've done. Favorite experiences in the 18 and a half years we've done this.
I loved Emily doing haircuts.
Oh, that was really great. It was just a perfect storm of good feeling and love and support and help. And it was just great.
So it's just some more positivity that we need.
Yeah.
A
it
new
seems like
building
these days.
too. Is
Yeah,
cool.
it was critically needed, I think.
Yeah.
For the employees and for the people that were helping.
I was looking at just right now. I was looking up the team leaderboard for Extra Life, and Kind of Funny's on there, number 8.
That's
oh, cool.
awesome.
Yeah, they're up there too. Pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Who's number 1?
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. I remember a few years ago, Reddit, I think, was in competition with Rooster Teeth for like who could raise more fur.
That's why I was looking at the list.
Yeah. And like we got into like a Twitter argument back and forth with Reddit saying that they were going to go down. And they did. For the kids, of course.
Charity beef.
The best kind.
We're in a charity better than you.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all are all wonderful people at Rooster Teeth for doing that. And the audience, you're all wonderful as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys. It was a wonderful, wonderful event.
We'll see you again next year.
Maybe.
Yeah, what do
For more pain.
You guys gonna just die next year? Like, what's gonna happen?
Ideally not. Something along the same lines.
Where's it going? I'm wondering about that too. You're 33 now, right?
All right, chill out.
Like, at some point you're going to be 46.
Like you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When do you taper off? When do you stop taking balls to the face?
I don't think there's any reason to.
Any reason to stop?
No.
There will be. When do you get to 46?
I was gonna tell you. I have a call with my family. We started doing it during the pandemic with my family and like my cousins and my aunts and uncles every Sunday night. And I was talking to them about Extra Life, and my aunt in particular was like, "So people donate money to hurt you? To hurt you guys? And I was like, yeah, so one year, like, one guy got tased. And they were like, by, like, a real taser? I'm like, yup, like a real police taser. Guys got kicked by soccer balls this year, got, like, hit by paintballs. And they just, like, could not understand why anybody would give money to watch us get hurt.
Oh, I will never forget watching them pull those hooks out of Michael.
Oh, my God. With the skin coming with it.
Can you imagine insurance signing off on that one now?
Nope.
I think the paintballs were
That probably is the most painful,
the
right?
most painful for me, just because I didn't get hit as much yesterday. But something about like standing there and you get hit with one paintball and it's like but when they're just hitting you all over and it's stacking, it's like the pain is just like, oh, I'm gonna need to stop and take a break, and it like hits that limit, and then you're like and then they're like, oh, we're like 20% through the paintballs. It's like oh.
And like they're just stacking on top of each other
Yeah,
too.
it's just like, it's like bruise on a bruise. Awful.
Yeah, we had shot collars. That wasn't pleasant, but nowhere near as bad.
Yeah, I feel like all of the other stuff is just pleasant in comparison to being down the other end of the firing range.
In chat, Anime Lady 501 says, "Pain equals money."
Yeah.
Pain is
True.
money.
You sadists on the internet. There's, we're talking about looking back. You're talking about all the things that have happened over the years of Extra Life, and coincidentally, today is the 20th anniversary of the launch of the original Xbox.
You mean the console that gave us all a career?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Do you ever think
today.
about that?
I do. I especially was thinking about it today. All people were tweeting about like Xbox memories and where they were when they bought it. I remember when it came out, like it was such a pain in the. Did you went with me to pick my Xbox up? I had
Dude, we were inseparable. We did everything together.
I had pre-ordered it at was it a GameStop by then? It was I guess it must have been a GameStop at Barton Creek Mall is the one where I got mine.
It was an EB game still, wasn't it?
No, I think it was a GameStop.
Okay.
The one is at Barton Creek Mall. Is like under the
I
escalator.
remember it.
kinda
I know
under
exactly
food
the one you're
court.
talking about. We used to go there and we used to return games for free.
No, that was the one in Sunset Valley. That was a Funko Land in Sunset Valley.
You're right. That was Funko Land. Yeah.
The 7-day return policy was great. I was at that GameStop and I was so mad because I couldn't buy just the Xbox because it was GameStop. I had to buy the bundle, and it came with another controller, and you had to buy 3 games, and it was like, I didn't have that much money. It was like $700 or something. It's like, I have enough money for the console and for Halo. I don't have enough money for the bundle. And like trying to figure out, like, I need to come up with $700 to like buy all of this stuff. Like, how the fuck am I gonna come up with the extra couple $100?
They need to pick games from the launch,
Right,
like
games I got
Munchkin
Fusion Frenzy.
Odyssey.
I think I got Fusion Frenzy, and I don't know what the fuck else I got. It's like I don't care about any of that. I just wanted to play Halo. But yeah, I paid $700 for that or whatever. I think it was like $700.
And it's about to be the
20 years
20th
ago.
anniversary?
Yeah, today is the 20th anniversary of the launch of that console.
Wow. That's insane.
It's been such a long time. It's weird watching them post like old dashboard stuff or the old startup or like the old promotional materials they came up with 20 years ago. It's like that stuff looks like it's way older than 20 years.
Yeah.
like the green, like whatever the hell's meant to be going on in there.
Yeah.
Like the electric green goo.
It is crazy how quickly it's a very old man thing to say, a very old person thing to say, but it is crazy how 20 years just disappears in the blink of an eye, isn't it? Like it does not feel like we were essentially the same age as we are right now, hanging out playing video games 20 years ago. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
You and I were adults just hanging out playing video games, and now our lives are not that different 20 years later. But where did all that time go?
Well,
I would
you-
argue your lives are pretty different.
Well, in terms of interest and shit we did. I don't know.
Now you shit your pants a little more frequently.
I
than
do.
you did
You
back
shit my
then.
pants more.
We
Yeah.
covered that.
At work and not at work.
But yeah, I've always, I've always loved video games. I've always, tried to buy them. But I think that wasn't the first video game system I bought as an adult. I think the first game system I bought as an adult was a PlayStation. But I think that Xbox was the first time I bought a console when it was brand new, like when it launched.
You
on
bought-
launch day when I got it.
Same.
I don't know if you remember this, but you bought the Xbox and I bought the PlayStation, I think.
The
way we-
PlayStation came out the next year. That was
Yeah.
October 2001.
Or maybe I bought the Dreamcast. I remember we
You bought a
split it.
Dreamcast.
I bought the Dreamcast and you bought the
That
Xbox.
was 99, yeah.
I remember we were like taking turns, and then
Yeah.
so we could share. Yeah,
Yeah.
spread the wealth.
The Xbox was so long ago that they didn't even do the data in megabytes or gigabytes.
It was blocks.
Blocks.
It was like 10,000 plus blocks. Like you
And
never.
I never reduced it. I was like, how big is this hard drive?
I think it was only a 8 or 10 gig hard drive. It wasn't even that
Yeah.
big.
I never saved enough stuff to even make
Yeah.
a dent in the 10,000 plus or 50,000 plus.
Was it Burnout was on the Xbox, right? I think Burnout 1.
Was it, or was it on the 360?
I think it was Burnout
it on
1.
GameCube?
Because I feel like Burnout was one of the first games that allowed you to upload your own soundtrack. Xbox,
Was
yeah.
Xbox?
And I feel like I remember I ripped an album to my Xbox, and that's how that's where I used space, so I could listen to my own music while I played the Burnout game, and I thought that was unbelievable.
I did that for The Sims. There was you had
Did
the
you really?
ability to upload your own music into like the game files, so it would play when if you're like in build mode or anything like that. And I remember I had like certain songs that I uploaded to it, and anytime I hear those songs, I instantly think of The
Takes you
Sims.
back.
Yeah.
I did that with GTA 3.
I don't remember. It's probably like Blink 182 and Spice Girls, everything like that.
What was your favorite Spice Girl song?
I'll have to think about that. That's a big question.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
That's a big.
I think I know
question.
2 Spice Girl songs.
Oh, speaking of which, in the same world or in the same like adjacent, I guess. Congratulations to Britney Spears.
Yes.
Yeah, big damn deal.
13
Good
years
for
now.
her.
Free
13
Britney.
years. She gets to be an actual grown up.
That's
for her.
crazy. I don't fully understand just that entire situation of what she went through and like the conservatorship.
Well, if you talk to my girlfriend, because she's watched 11 documentaries in the last month on it, so she can tell you
Okay.
everything there is to know about it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, that is a long time through such formative years. I don't know how long it takes you to catch up, if you can ever catch up to living your own life independently and freely.
Think about this, dude.
She has kids and stuff, right?
Yeah, she got two or three kids. Almost the entirety of this company, she was under a conservatorship.
Holy shit.
Is that the entirety
like-
that we've been doing this podcast?
Yeah.
Not having control of like your decisions, your money.
Longer than Achievement Hunters existed, she's been under a conservatorship.
Shit, dude. I don't know. how
Having
that
her phone
happens.
bugged, having her bedroom bugged.
How is that
Like,
allowed?
there are a lot of wacky rules with conservatorships.
Isn't it
And
for
also, I think a
people-
lot of it was illegal, and that's part of why this
Yeah.
thing started to unravel when it did.
There's apparently a Netflix documentary someone's
Yep.
saying we should watch.
There's a bunch. There's a
definitely check
Hulu
that out.
one.
Yeah, I like loosely understood what was going on, but like all the depth of it and like what it all entailed, I don't fully grasp. So yeah, I'll have to watch that and figure it out.
Just forced
fucked
to
up.
use birth control, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
So she could, even if she wanted another kid,
couldn't.
she
No,
couldn't
yeah.
make that decision for herself. Yikes!
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna probably find out a lot more about it
I'm sure we will.
in the coming months, years. Yeah, it's a crazy situation.
It's insanity. Yeah.
So could she sue? Like, is there anyone to like pay her for the time lost?
I mean, it's her father.
Right?
Sue her.
I'm sure it's more than time. It's also money too, right? That's like the whole big thing.
Yeah,
just
it's just
like-
like a lot of her youth that's messed up.
I just can't imagine because she started when she was 15 or 16 when she started like really getting famous. I think she was 16 when it was "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time" when that came out. But like being a child star and like your parents having control of basically everything, and then to be an adult and that still being the same situation, it's like you put on all that work and like went through shit to not even have control of your own fucking life.
To have a allowance.
She's what, like 30?
To make billions of dollars off of your talent and your voice and your ability and your creativity, and then to be given a fucking stipend by your parents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fucked up.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I make my own money. I like to keep it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I bet she doesn't even get to pick what apples, right? They're probably like, this is the best apple for you.
She might not know what her favorite fruit is.
Yeah, it's true.
Has anyone been watching that invasion show on Apple TV?
Is it good?
No. That's why I was hoping somebody else has been watching it, because it's driving me fucking crazy, because nothing ever happens. It's like aliens are invading the world,
That's something.
but you don't ever see them, and you don't know what's happened. It's like, I guess it's from the perspective of individuals around the world who don't see the bigger picture and know what's happening.
Is it like They Live?
No.
Is it like V?
No. No, because this is more like it's catastrophic events that are happening, and like the individuals are like, oh, maybe it's a terrorist attack. Like, no, I don't think it's terrorist. I think it's Russia is attacking the United States. But it's like from the perspective of people all around the world. It's like it's just aliens. Can we see an alien, please? It would be cool if we could see one in the show about aliens invading Earth. I guess we've
never seen anything of it.
They finally showed one in the last episode. What is this, like episode 7? I think we finally saw one, and it was like like the whole episode is dark at night in a house with no lights because they're hiding from the alien. It's like, oh, okay. They even took the cop out way. You don't ever really get you get one good look at it in the entire episode. It's just driving me crazy because I feel like that's now a recurring theme in Apple TV shows because it's happening with Invasion. It's kind of happening with. Is anyone watching Foundation?
What's that? The Isaac Asimov story?
There's an Apple TV series for it now.
Oh, really? I read all the books.
The season finale's this Friday, so there's 9 episodes out now. The tone's about to come out, but
Is it good?
It's similar in that the first 6 episodes you're like nothing's happening.
I mean, to be fair, Red vs. Blue didn't show an alien until like season 4.
But the show wasn't about aliens invading.
Right.
I think Foundation.
Is it doing it in particular? Like, because sometimes movies or TV shows don't show the villain to kind of make it more scary, or like they don't show the threat to make it more scary, so that you could like imagine it in your head rather than actually seeing it.
But in this one, like.
Also,
Do you think
I don't
maybe
know. It's like the people. You're not seeing anything interesting. You're watching people evacuate and like sit in traffic and go to stores that are empty.
Maybe they're trying to make it look realistic.
now this is
it's definitely-
Invasion, not Foundation.
Correct.
Okay.
Foundation obviously is
It's
like
takes
set
place
way
in
in
the
the future. It's like I think Foundation has finally made the turn to where I'm really invested. It's excellent, but the first like 5 because it's such a big story, right? It's like the first 5 or 6 episodes, you're just learning characters, and you're like, who the fuck is this again?
Well, it's
what is it? Like, I don't care. And eventually you get to a point where they get enough backstory settled to where like, okay,
Yeah.
now this is good.
it's I mean, it's his dense work, right? It's Asimov's. It's his Dune,
Plus-
and so or his Game of Thrones. I also remember being very dry, even as reading as a kid.
So they've obviously had to tweak it a
Yeah.
lot to try to make it a TV show, but it still comes across as incredibly dry. Even so, they made some interesting choices with some characters. But I think now that it's all out, it's something I would recommend you watch
Okay.
because you don't have to wait. Waiting week to week for it has been like pulling my fucking hair out,
dude.
Now that it's all out, absolutely have at it.
That's how I feel about Survivor. This is the first season of Survivor I've had to watch live, since the Survivor explosion. It is rough.
Yeah, I'm just going to wait until it's over and watch it.
Well, we need to get back on our Survivor thing. If you can catch up.
I'm like 5 behind.
Yeah, you gotta catch up.
We got all fucked.
Crazy this season. Although it's funny when we like
So
watched
much
it at y'all's place. That was the first time I think Trevor and I watched Survivor where we had the commercial breaks.
Oh, really?
We're used to just like binging it all the way through, and like having to wait is excruciating.
It's so much fun to watch it with friends and to like make a thing out of it. I do like that a lot, but yeah, it is. It's the older you get, the harder it is to do shit.
I love how the first, like when we came to your place and everyone's like, all right, like you put your name on a person. This will be like your person who you're rooting for to win the whole time.
Yeah.
The one person I was like, okay, let me pick this guy, gets voted out that episode. I was like, well, fuck, do I get to pick someone else? And everyone's
I
like,
lost my
no.
guy too, and then I never watched another episode.
It's
My lady's still going strong.
yeah. It's
Everybody laughed at my choice. She's still there.
She's still in it.
She's still in it.
She's terrible.
Yeah, she's great.
oh, I mean,
Spoiler for Gavin.
yeah,
Maybe she's not. I don't know.
we're still 2 episodes behind, so.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then, Gus, because I just last week, or actually this week, set up my Apple TV account. I've had it, I guess, because you get it for free or whatever.
Right.
I just had never turned it on. I never put the app on my TV, but I rearranged my bedroom, and so I put a different TV in there. So I thought, I'll throw this on, and I put it on, and I thought. I was overwhelmed with choices, first off. I don't recognize any of the stuff on there because I haven't had it yet. And I was like, what do I watch? And I saw this show called Acapulco, and the dude that was in it, I remember being funny from a movie. So I tried to watch that. I watched 10 minutes of it, turned it off, and I was not into it. So
I've not
what
watched
should I watch on Apple TV?
What are the Apple TV original? I remember I didn't. So I watched the first season of the morning show. I thought that was okay. They did season, but it wasn't good enough for me to watch season 2. I never watched.
Yeah, I've
season
heard
2.
a lot of mixed stuff about it.
I think you should, if you read Foundation, I think you should watch it, especially now that they're wrapping up the 10th episode.
I will watch that because yeah.
What else do I watch on there? Don't watch Invasion.
On Apple TV.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend checking out the Billie Eilish documentary.
Okay,
It's very good.
I'll watch that.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, obviously.
Yeah, I need to get on that Ted Lasso thing. I
I
guess.
haven't seen it.
Everyone loves Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Very good show.
That show is nothing like what I expected.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah, because did you see like the original, like one-off sketch they did back in the day?
Yeah.
I never
Had like
seen it.
Coach Beard and Ted Lasso, but he was like coaching the real Tottenham team in England, who were like actually playing at the time. But it's like a completely different character. I expected it to be more like he's an idiot and he's obnoxious, and I wasn't expecting it to be so wholesome.
It's so wholesome. It's just a show that makes you feel happy.
Oh, Mythic Quest. I've heard really good stuff about
Oh,
that.
yeah,
That's
Mythic
that,
Quest
that's-
is on there.
That's that Rob show. Yeah.
Is The Boys on Apple TV?
No, that's
it's
Amazon.
Amazon. Okay, I saw someone say The Boys, and I was like, oh, that show's fucking awesome as
The
well.
Boys is fucking awesome.
Is there another season of that? Coming?
I haven't heard about that, but when Disney did their Disney Plus Day the other day, Vought tweeted a Vought Plus promo with like the boys advertising their, or not the boys, with the Seven advertising like the Vought Plus
That's
SVOD.
interesting.
Oh, that's really
And
funny.
it was I thought it was a really well done promo. They don't say anything like new season coming soon. It's just a straight promo for Vought
I
Plus.
feel like they
with
got
the
it
Seven
right.
in it.
There hasn't been closure really.
Pretty sure they're shooting season 3 right now.
Season 3 right now.
Oh, so they're a little behind because season 2 came out last summer. So if they're still shooting season 3 currently,
Probably
then
COVID messed up their production schedule. I imagine.
yeah.
Somebody said, Mr. Steel Crayon said, no, wait. Lindsay Fawning said, Paramount Plus has finally released a trailer for their Halo series.
Oh, that came out earlier today.
Did it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that. Was it good?
it's very short. It's a teaser.
Teaser? Okay.
It's just like really, really short. You don't really see much.
I started watching the new season of Love Island Australia. That's okay so far. I've taken a huge break from dumb people in bathing suits.
Hot dumb people.
Yeah, hot dumb people.
We should have a podcast called Hot People in Bathing Suits, and it just covers all those shows.
We should, yeah. It's suntan lotion and Speedos. And it's pretty good. I needed about 6 months off of that.
Yeah, I
little
think we'll talk
palate
about it all the
cleanser.
time.
Yeah. No, those shows are fun to come back to, but yeah, if you're trying to get through a bunch of seasons all at once, it could become a little much.
I've decided I'm going to be a fan of Real Housewives of Potomac. I keep hearing that's the best
Potomac?
one. Yeah,
What
Potomac.
city is that?
The Potomac River. It's like by
Potomac
Washington D.C., Virginia, that area.
Oh God.
And so far, loving it. Pretty fucking good.
Dude,
Gotta
the Real
admit.
Housewives shows are very entertaining.
You would
Are they?
love, dude. You would love Real
are.
Housewives of Salt
I
Lake
think
City.
It sounds
In
like
this
everything.
episode-
It sounds like everything I hate
in this
one
episode,
show.
they're all loading onto a party van, and they're going to go from Salt Lake City to Vail for the weekend, right? They rented a mansion in Vail. They're all going to go have fun in Vail.
I hate all
And
this.
as they're all loading up, this one person, Jen Shaw, she gets on the bus, and they're like, "Here's your snacks stuff," and then she gets a phone call, and she's like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Okay." She goes over and she says, "I need to turn my mic off." And then the girl next door turns her mic off, which does not happen on a Bravo reality show. That's a big deal. And then she goes to everybody, and then she goes, "My husband, I just got a call from my husband. He's in the hospital with internal bleeding. I have to go right now." And they're like, "Oh my God, what? And is he okay?" And she's like, "I don't know. Maybe I'll be back. I won't." And it's obviously bullshit. And then she leaves. 10 minutes later, the fucking feds show up. Homeland Security shows up. New York Police Department shows up. The FBI shows up looking for her. She's not there. They fucking they GPS her. They find her. They pull her over on the side of the road and arrest her. She's currently been arrested. Her and her partner for wire fraud and
Okay. If it's a show about rich people just getting arrested by the FBI,
Oh.
I want to
He's
watch
in.
that show.
That's why
now.
I'm telling you, you would love it.
I want
Well,
every episode to be that.
Not
though.
every episode's.
So I want
obviously
someone
gonna be-
dragged
They've
off a
been
bus
building-
screaming and getting thrown into
They have been
prison for
building-
tax evasion, for wire fraud.
tax evasion, wire fraud. Apparently, she ran. This is conjecture, right? Allegedly, but as I understand it, from Whitney, who's on the show. This is not me talking. This is Whitney talking. I guess that she had a company that she had a lead generation company where they would collect leads and then sell them, and they were like, according to Whitney, of the Real Housewives of not Jeff, according to Whitney. Apparently, what they were doing was they were then segmenting the leads into like vulnerable people, like people that were disabled or old or like questionable
For
mental health,
targeting.
and then targeting and then selling those for targeting, and apparently that's pretty illegal.
But how does she know to
Yikes.
leave?
She probably
She
got a call
she got a
warning
call.
her.
She got a heads up.
Okay.
To get the fuck out, and then they caught her, and that's all. And it's all like happening in real time on the show, like 24.
I'm
It's like
surprised.
Jack Bauer. Like there's the time going, and then it's like 2:27
I would say
p.m.
that a lot of times I would think that all of this is bullshit and being planned. But if you're getting arrested by like law enforcement agencies and like the FBI and the police are there, okay, yeah, that's probably real.
And that's just Salt Lake City, my friend, because over what we just dealt with on Beverly Hills, which just wrapped up, is
still hate
Erica
this.
Jane's husband, Tom Girardi, who you might know as the lawyer from Aaron Brockovich, the actual dude, the guy lawyer from that movie, a multi-crazy, super rich, one of the richest, most successful lawyers in the world. He just got caught for stealing hundreds of millions of dollars from his clients, including burn victims and stuff.
Your alarm's going off.
Time to feed the
podcast
dogs. Dogs eat at 6. Hope Emily will take care
I
of
hope
that.
they're okay.
Does Emily have internal bleeding? Do you have to?
Yeah, oh my God, Emily's got to. I gotta go. And so they're going through that whole thing right now. They're being sued by everybody on Earth, and it's.
I want to get in on that lawsuit.
Oh my God, it's crazy. And so
somebody on Earth.
so you're watching her go through. She's divorcing him while it's happening. She's being sued by the victims. In addition to him,
God.
they're trying to figure out well, if it's her money from the lawsuit. It's crazy, and it's all happening on the Real Housewives. Fascinating.
These shows are so fun to watch because it's not your problems.
And
It's other people's problems that you
and
get to.
But
it's
see-
like when you watch someone running through an airport, but you're not late, and it's just like,
But see,
Scheiden-
sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes that's good, but then sometimes it's bad because I think of like Uncut Gems. That's just watching someone else's problems, but that was so stressful. I wouldn't
That's-
want to experience that again.
That's stressful problems. These are just like hot people
this
problems.
Is, this is
Imagine-
like someone
imagine
getting
if you-
sued for hundreds of millions of dollars and
well,
going
okay,
to
this
prison.
is a little intense. I'm talking
Imagine
more like Love Island.
Imagine if you're the friends of Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, though, and you're on camera going, "I knew he was guilty," and no one else was. Doesn't surprise me at all. And somebody else is like, "Yeah, he's a real scumbag," and you're like, "You're his best friends." Like that's the best part is they're all commentating as it's happening, you know, and you're watching them turn on each other, and then who's being supportive and who's not, and where do the friendships like begin and end? It's just fascinating.
Someone in chat said, "Great timing on that alarm." Pew, pew. Take him out, boys.
I think I bitched about this a few months ago, but I'm going to bitch about it again.
Okay.
When you sign up to go to a doctor's appointment, I get too many reminders and alerts.
Dude.
I get calls, I get emails, I get texts. I got a text at 3:42 this morning asking me to confirm my Tuesday morning appointment at a doctor's office. Why the fuck am I getting a text at 3:42 and an automated text at 3? What did it say? Let me pull it up here. You have an appointment on November 16th at 8 a.m. with Dr. blah, blah, blah. Reply 1 to confirm, 2 to cancel. Reschedule at this link. Really? At 3:42 in the morning, I got to get a
you set
fucking
your time
text
zone
message?
to England.
Right?
Jesus.
I had that with a hair appointment recently where they emailed me to confirm. They texted me to confirm. I typed Y to confirm. They texted me 2 days before again to confirm, and the day before another email and a text. I'm like, I've confirmed this 7
Yeah,
times.
I've already done that too.
I'm coming.
I've confirmed this via email. They've called me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, are they going to send me a fucking letter that I'm going to have to write back to them? Is there going to be a pigeon when I get home on my fucking
Just
doorstep?
24 hours before an appointment, give me a text to say confirm or you reschedule, and that's it.
Or just
Raynell
like, hey,
95
here's a
in chat.
reminder, you got an appointment tomorrow.
Raynell 95 in chat
If you
saying,
need to cancel,
Gus
call
going
me
off
out.
about his appointment thing again. Yes.
How about
You already
this, dude?
talk about it?
Yes, I bitched about it on this podcast
It's very
before.
annoying.
Do you also have the thing too where you go in and they go, "Did you fill out the online form?" And you go, "Yeah, last time." And they're like, "You need to do it again." And you're like, "But I've already done it." And they're like, "I know, you need to do it again. We don't have it." And it's like, "But I did it."
Yeah, and they sent me
We
the
have a new
form for this
form.
appointment. They're like, you can fill out the forms for this appointment now. They're like, great, I already did it. I guarantee I'm going to show up tomorrow. They'll be like, yeah, we don't have that. You need to fill it out
Yeah,
again.
or it's incomplete. And it's like, "No, it's not."
I fill out every single fucking thing.
Yeah.
They even had the audacity. The audacity this time when I filled out the forms ahead of time. They're like, hey, do you want to pay your copay now before you go? Or do you want to pay in person at the office? Fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. I'll pay you when I get there. Don't fucking ask me for my money now before I get there. Fuck you.
Prepay.
We had to cancel your appointment.
Yeah. I feel like George in that episode of Seinfeld where he gets his doctor's appointment canceled on him and he wants a cancellation fee paid back to him. Fucking God.
Have you been watching the new season of Curb?
No, I didn't even realize it was on until
it's
like
good.
last week or the week before.
Definitely good.
good.
Also, new Succession's real good.
I don't want to watch that show. I
Why?
don't want to watch white billionaires arguing about who gets what money. I don't give a fuck about the story of white people ruling the world and crushing everyone else
What if
anymore.
one of them
I
gets
am
arrested?
fucking sick of it.
But
I
they're
don't
all
want to
getting
see it.
They're all getting their comeuppance.
I just can't. I just can't get over it, man. I watched the trailer and I was like, no, I know everyone loves this show. I just can't watch it. I
pretty
just can't
I'm
bring
still
myself
on
to
season
fucking
1.
care about it.
Pretty good.
I have a lot to catch up on that show. Trevor loves it.
Really?
Yeah, he's caught up. But I'm season 1, episode 4, I think, and that show makes me angry.
Isn't it like season? Are they on season 3 now?
I think they just started
Just
3.
started season 3. Episode 4, I think.
It's like a very lauded show. It's won tons of awards, right?
Yeah.
And people really fucking love that show.
It's got one of the Culkin brothers on there.
Yeah,
Kieran?
Kieran Culkin. He's
Kieran?
phenomenal. He's the best part of the show. Probably.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's very funny.
He's no Macaulay. I'm just
He
kidding.
hosted
I think he might be
SNL.
better.
Probably.
Yeah, did you see when he hosted SNL that clip they showed of when he like in his monologue when he was on it with his brother? Very funny.
At the end, who was it?
Somebody picked him up
They
and
picked
did
him
it
up,
for
put
him.
him on
Yeah,
their
they picked him
shoulders.
and did it for him.
It was Chris Redd and Kenan Thompson.
Yeah, that's
I
really
think
cute.
picked him up.
Is it supposed to be kind of like a nod to the people who run the Fox network?
What's that?
Succession.
It's taken in large part by the Murdoch family,
Murdoch,
and
yeah.
also I think they say some of the Trump family too. Actually.
Okay, interesting.
But I think it's heavily inspired by the Murdoch family.
Okay, that's definitely getting those vibes.
I just want to play Halo.
Yeah, I mean, people kind of guessed it over the weekend, but they kind of stealth dropped the multiplayer portion of Infinite today. They say it's in beta, but
And it's just out like, until the
this is
launch.
out.
yeah, until the launch.
That's crazy.
And forever.
Because they had planned on launching multiplayer as a separate free game, anyways, from campaign, a free to play. So it's just out now.
Have you played it yet?
No, I used the app to download it to my console as I was here. I was on my way here when it happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I want to do that.
I played the beta.
I haven't even touched it.
I liked the beta quite a bit, and I felt like
logging in and downloading our.
I had that problem when I was playing the beta where I felt like I was getting good, and I was like, am I really good at this game, or like are other people shitty? Like
I feel like that about Splitgate.
yeah, like I was like, I'm actually doing like I'm at the top of the
Yeah.
the leaderboards for my team
I
every
remember that
time
with
consistently.
the friends and family beta of Halo 3. I was like, really good at this Halo. And then it just unlocks for everyone. I was like, oh, never mind.
I'm garbage.
Suck.
It could be that I was playing like at a time when everyone was at work or at school, and it was just like
Yeah.
me and old unemployed people.
You guys talk about the Xbox, but it's also Halo. Like, if that game never existed, we would not be sitting here.
It's also the 20th anniversary of
That's
the launch of that.
crazy.
And you can buy this red versus blue blanket for just in time for the holidays. Look, it's got a warthog on it. Looks like a puma to me.
It's very soft.
Oh, you can see it down there on the side.
No
It's ac-
aliens, though.
It is actually really soft. I kept feeling it.
When it's not being used for appointment confirmations, technology's pretty cool.
Did you just start the download?
I just started
Isn't that
downloading
the best?
Halo to my. Yeah, it'll be there when I get home.
You could do that?
Waiting for me.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just download it from the Xbox app.
That
Even picked the Xbox I wanted to put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it too?
Yeah, why not?
That was awesome. No, that's just cool.
Yeah, I'm totally doing
Ah,
it too.
shit.
Hold on.
It's very cool.
And
Yeah,
downloaded.
Barbara did it too.
Nice, Barbara.
Yeah. I'm gonna Halo.
How many Halo games have there been now? Total.
So there were 5, and then Reach, and now Infinite. Is that 7? Oh, and then ODST.
ODST, Halo Wars, Halo Wars 2. No,
No.
there was only one ODST.
You counting the Halo Wars?
Yeah, they're Halo games.
Okay.
There was
count
that mobile game.
Oh, yeah,
Infinite
Spartan Attack?
Spartan Attack.
I think it was called
Spartan Assault.
Spartan
Spartan
Assault. There you go. Same thing.
That's 11.
Did we forget any? I feel like that's all of them.
I don't think so. Yeah,
In 20 years?
That's a lot.
quite
It's
a bit.
good.
It feels like the time has gotten longer and longer.
It does.
In development. I guess even if you look at Infinite, I mean, it was supposed to come out last year. It's already been delayed a year. Yeah, so I don't know.
Do people think it's good?
Right.
What's chat saying about Halo?
I played the beta and fucking loved it.
It was. I thought it was excellent. Okay, what do you say here? There are a total of 16 games in the Halo series. Those games, 8 are considered to be main storylines.
16?
Eric just sent me this.
Can you name them all?
Look, that's crazy.
Hitman 1, Hitman 2.
16 games in the Halo franchise. I don't think I can.
Does this article just not list
No,
them?
it doesn't list them. This article sucks.
Why'd you send it to Gus then, Eric?
Because it
Why
gave
didn't
an
you?
answer.
Yeah, it gave an answer, but it doesn't list them. There are a total of 16 games. Of these games, 8 are considered one is the other 8. But what? Just tell me. Oh wait,
Halo,
here.
Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Wars, ODST Reach, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary.
Come on.
No.
Okay, that doesn't
Oh.
count.
He's listing them. Halo 4, Spartan Assault,
Okay.
Master Chief Collection,
But that doesn't count.
That didn't count.
That's
Spartan Strike,
Oh,
That
yeah,
counts.
Spartan
Halo
Strike.
5 Guardians, Halo Wars 2, Halo Recruit, Halo Fire Team Raven,
Fire Team Raven. Yeah.
and
It's an
Halo
arcade game.
Infinite.
What's Halo
Beyonce's
Recruit?
Halo.
Halo Recruit, Fireteam Raven, and the sequel to Spartan Assault or what I forgot.
Halo Recruit. Which one's that?
I don't know.
Halo Recruit.
I got some catching up to do.
Oh, it's a VR game?
I would explain it.
You know what they should do as a stunt? You know the sign that says "Hello, how are you?" here in Austin?
Oh,
the little
God.
frog guy
Uh-huh.
or alien frog. I don't know what it
Daniel
is.
Johnson. Yeah.
They should have it say "Halo, how are you?" and deck it out and
That'd be
all like
cool.
Halo property stuff.
download to console.
There you
Why
go.
did that take me like 10 times as long as...
Jeff did it like instantly. And he's
That's
always got
impressive.
tech problems.
It's true. I'm an idiot. And I was able to do it.
Well, let's see if it actually works.
I can't even work a toilet.
Your urine is still sitting in that, isn't it?
Hope so.
We-
That's where it'll sit forever.
There was a, speaking of living in the future, there was a
What about Halo Custom Edition?
custom edition?
Yeah, on the PC. Wasn't that
Oh,
one?
Halo CE. They just changed
Yeah.
the Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just Halo CE.
It's Halo, dude.
There was
not
a
a game.
Different maps,
a space.
That's fair.
There were a couple.
different vehicle.
There was a
That's fair.
company that like stealth launched. I guess it had been like under stealth mode for like 6 or 7 years, developing a new way to launch satellites into orbit, and they just successfully did their first test launch the other day. Was it like 4 or 5 days ago? And there's their secret thing. The way they're going to work on it is they have a big centrifuge pointed up at the sky, and they just spin it really fast and shoot a satellite up into space.
They just fling shit. It's genius.
Via centrifugal force?
Right. They just get it going really fast, spinning in a circle, and then they open up the top of it, and it just shoots out straight up into
So it's
space.
like what is it, like a Bolero or whatever they
Yeah.
call it?
Yeah.
The
Or like
name
a
of the
guy doing the
company-
hammer throw.
The name of the company is Spinlaunch. It's like so fucking stupid and perfect. But
How many G's does that thing pull, do you
I
think?
don't
Like,
know.
can they do it with people?
I don't
in
think
an egg?
I don't think a person could survive those
Hey.
forces. But it's like it doesn't fully get it all the way to space. So like they launch their payload, and then once it's as high as it gets, then like a rocket fires and it gets it the rest of the way. But it significantly reduces the amount of fuel required to get a satellite up into space, because like that's the bulk of
You just need enough
fuel.
electricity to destroy a whole city block to spin it fast enough.
Right. Then someone, I tweeted about it the other day, and someone replied like, "Oh, what's to stop them from putting it in space and launch, aiming it back down at Earth?" I was like, "If you have something like that, you don't need it in space. You can just fucking aim it sideways
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
a
you don't need
building
to put
or
it
a
far away like
city.
that.
It doesn't fucking matter. You don't need that in space. That thing's already. Why do you think the Department of Defense is investing money in this company? They don't give a fuck about launching things into space. They give a fuck about turning that thing 90 degrees to the side and shooting it at another country."
Who at Rooster Teeth do you think is the
Fucking Sorry, go ahead.
most likely to become a supervillain and use shit like that?
Who would be our go-to supervillain?
Well, I would have said Bernie would have been
Yeah.
our Hank Scorpio, right? But he's
Yeah.
off doing it.
He might be. Yeah.
Like he's
This might be his
somewhere
company.
in a foreign country right now plotting who knows what.
That's true.
It can't be good though.
He's using centrifugal force to launch.
Yeah, he's
Bullets.
building a space trebuchet.
He's engineering the snail.
But it's just. And the thing looks so ridiculous. It's like a big circle with like a tube coming out of the top. It looks like if you asked a kid to draw a way to get stuff into space, it's what they would have drawn.
Yeah.
Like
It kind of looks like a hotel hairdryer.
it does.
I would say Barb.
Specifically a hotel.
I would say Maggie or Carrie.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's the quiet ones that you don't think are the
I was
plotting
also-
to eliminate half of
A
Earth.
lot
or
of
whatever.
Chris's
Yeah.
in chat.
I was gonna say Chris is up there for me. I also think like who's really fucking smart, and then I go Trevor is a genius,
Nice,
and he's
too
an
nice there.
engineer.
He's really nice.
But like
Pure.
Trevor would overthink it too much.
Yeah.
He would be so lost in his own head. He would never.
He's also too nice.
He would
Yeah.
build it, but he would never turn it on because of the risk.
Chris Damaris, even if he were evil enough to come, he would, through his own ineptitude, he would unintentionally turn the device on himself, right? And in some sort of confusion,
Yeah.
he would launch himself into space.
Or he would just do it accidentally. Is the other thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Got Lindsay in there.
Oh, that chaos there, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric.
I'll do it. I don't care.
Eric
Yeah,
says he
I'll do
doesn't
whatever, I
care.
don't care.
He'll be the villain.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I think there might be too much entropy there for.
Yeah.
You did a podcast from a hot tub.
I did a hot topic.
How was that?
Podcast?
It was good. Jack wasn't there.
He was supposed to be.
Is that why
right?
it was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think he's gonna miss the 5K?
Was he supposed to be in it? Why doesn't he go to anything?
There was a mix-up, I guess.
We can't get him to be in anything.
You can't book your own people.
Well, it was his thing, and then he didn't, and then he wasn't in it. And then my understanding is this 5K, I assume, is his thing.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
Is he gonna do it?
he's done 5Ks before,
Right,
so
right. I'm sure he's been. in
But
hot
but
tubs,
now it's
not-
content. Yeah.
So,
yeah. But this is the 5K is an extra life thing, and I
right,
feel like
the
he'll.
hot tub was.
Was it?
Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I kind of feel like you haven't done it then.
Well,
Like
also,
He needs to be there.
to be fair though, was the stretch goal for Jack to be part of a hot tub?
Set it up.
yeah. To be fair, to fuck him.
I go with Jeff on this one.
I tuned in for a little bit of that off topic. There's a lot of nipple.
Yeah, I know. Pete.
And who else was
the,
in
the
that?
nipples were just
Alfredo, Michael.
Just above the water.
just like at like where the water hit, so like it was like magnified nipple from like the water
hot.
kind of lapping up there.
refracted nipple.
Were you
That's my
Yeah.
favorite category on Pornhub.
were you guys hanging dong under the water?
Yeah.
Nice.
Apparently they were playing footsie.
Nice.
I feel like a hot tub is good for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get all woozy when you come out.
Well, you
Yeah,
keep having to get in and get
Yeah.
back. Like you sit like on the edge, and then you got to get your arms out because it's too hot. But then you put them in, and then it's too hot, and then you like sit out of it, and it's too cold, and then you get. It's like you can never find the
whole
right
thing.
temperature.
You got to have an adjustable seat that raises and lowers depending on your temperature.
Something that I will never get is when people do hot tubs when it's really fucking cold outside, like out in the like snowy mountains and stuff like that. Because I'm sure
a
it
hot
feels
spring.
great when you're in it, but the second you got to get out, it's like torture.
I did that
I
at
did it.
Sundance. Yeah. It was.
God.
It actually was not bad.
Awesome.
Yeah. You get
Really?
so hot and when you're walking out in the cold afterwards. It's
doesn't-
refreshing. Like it feels good.
God, I would be.
No,
fucking
like I thought the same thing. Then I went in and did it. It's like, oh, I get it now. Like once you do it, you're like, I totally get it. I am all about this.
Okay.
We did it. It's actually during the snowstorm at the very beginning of it because we were on vacation in Fredericksburg and we rented like a big ass house that had a pool and a heated pool, and I still think about it sometimes. It was so much fun. Like all the like there's like
Yeah, all the steam.
rising and it's super, and you're warm. Like that was the cool thing about it was even though it was like 20 degrees outside, I was warm from the pool back to the house from the water. So I like you didn't really feel it. It was really neat.
Yeah. It's like it doesn't make sense if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Like you're like that seems weird and stupid
Yeah,
and
because
counter.
if you use a hot tub like
counterintuitive.
normal,
Yeah.
and
No.
then get out and it's like, oh, it's fucking cold. I hate this.
No,
but I
it's-
guess if it's extremely cold out,
Yeah, yeah. Kirby Dance is right. I did that, and then I peed on a snowman. I found an interesting bit of trivia the other day. I told Gavin this already, so he can't answer.
I'll just relax.
But you know, Wikipedia, wikis, like all this stuff. Do you have any idea what the origin of wiki is? Like the phrase wiki. Why is it Wikipedia? Why are they wikis that you go to get all the information from?
Is this something I could figure out? On
No,
my
I
own?
guarantee if you don't know already off the top of your head, you will never guess why they call it that.
I don't know. Do you know, Barb?
wiki,
Yeah.
wiki. I don't know.
Right? Is it from Nucleus? Wiki, wiki, wiki.
No, it is
Shut
not
up.
from
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
Oh, Jam on it? Was that the
Yeah,
name of the
jam on it. A jam on it.
It's the name of the interterminal airport shuttle at the Honolulu airport. The Wiki
Wiki?
shuttles. Because apparently in Hawaiian, Wiki means fast. And the person who started Wikipedia thought, oh, that's a cool name, Wiki. And then just called Wikipedia. Because
like a
it's a
fast
fast encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia.
I think I've taken those.
So like
shuttles.
wiki feet is like fast feet,
Fast feet, yeah.
fast as fuck, boy.
It's just like it's such a weird trivia bit. I'm like, I used wikis. I used Wikipedia
Eric's loving
forever
Wiki feet.
and just never thought, why the fuck do we call it that?
Yeah.
These feet so quick. Give me the toes.
5 stars.
So a few people in chat actually knew it.
That's crazy.
They Googled it.
Yeah, they Googled it.
Or did they Wikipedia it?
No.
Really fast.
Wiki.
But I find like I love language already to begin with, and I feel like the merging of languages, even in ways we don't realize,
Yeah.
or ways we don't know. It's like this new word now that we all know, which isn't even people don't even realize wasn't even an English word. It's like adapted from another language.
What's your favorite word?
My favorite word. It's funny you say that. I don't know if I have a favorite word in English, but I do have favorite words in Spanish.
Oh.
One of my favorite words in Spanish is terco, which means stubborn. I just think it's a funny word. It's like it just makes me think of like bullheaded for some reason, even though that's not
It's
at all.
Terco?
Terco, Terco.
Oh, okay.
Terco.
Terco.
It's like stubborn or hard-headed. I think it's a really funny word. I can't think of any other ones right now off the top of my head, but I know there's some where like when I say them, I'm like, oh, I really like that word.
So some words are just fun to say.
What were your favorite words?
I think the best word.
I feel like I know this. I feel like I've asked you this before.
I think it's bracket.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, bracket. I like bracket a lot. It's fun to say. It's not about the bracket. It's great. Yeah.
Do you
bracket.
like ASMR videos where they say certain words?
No.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
give a shit about that. Like the scuss stuff and all that.
Yeah, because there's somewhere it's like bracket.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with ASMR. It's just a cool word. Bracket.
I like
Acket.
I like bilge.
I like a hard K. Bilge is a good word.
is a good one.
Bilge is a
Good.
great word.
Spatula. in the
Trellis
chat.
is up there for me.
Trellis. Trellis is nice. Barb, do you get any
I don't know if I have a favorite. I used to like nifty a lot.
nifty?
Just because it's such a nice pure word.
I like,
Well, it's nifty.
but I'm also frustrated by fiery because the I and the E, like you're the E
I
and
don't
the
like
R,
that word.
Fiery.
It's
your-
too mouth gobbly.
your words
Fiery.
like your letters get jumbled up.
Yeah.
Fiery.
Fiery.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Orgasmic.
Fiery. I remember there was a David Lynch was supposed to be making a video game called Woodcutters from Fiery Ships, and it never came out. And I was always bummed about that. Fiery.
Fiery walk with me.
Kerfuffle.
Fiery walk with me. Kerfuffle. That's a good one.
But that's too obvious.
Bracket.
Brackets.
Bracket's a
Bracket.
good one because it's like a very common
Bracket.
word, right? Like
Yeah.
there's no airs to it.
When you say it, are you picturing some sort of like hanging hardware? Or are you picturing a parentheses? Like what's in your head
when I
you
say it, I'm actually picturing a race car changing gears, like going
interesting.
like bracket. And I think it's because when I was a kid, my second dad was a drag racer, and I spent a lot of like every waking moment at the drag races, and there was like a sticker that said bracket that I would see everywhere, and for some reason in my head I associated with.
What about picket?
Picket is a great word.
Like a picket fence?
yeah, or yeah,
What about
or like picket these working conditions.
scrump?
Is that a real word?
Oh my god!
Oh, Barbara.
Oh no!
Why?
That was our best-selling store item last week.
Yeah. No scrumping. Notice no scrumping.
Was it?
Why did you hand
Yeah.
me the
That was
apple?
the best-selling store item.
What is scrumping?
Oh no.
What do you think scrumping is?
Scrumping.
I can't believe that actually
It's a
sold.
real word.
It's. Could I have context? I guess that would give it away what it is.
I'll give you a ton of context. You're holding it.
Is it when you're eating fruit in a place you shouldn't be eating fruit?
Even more specific.
Eating
Dan.
an. Oh, notice no scrumping. Is that a real sign?
We sell it.
We sell it.
We sell
We
it.
sold about 200 of them last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it when you're holding an apple?
You're so close.
You're
Kind of, yeah.
just
It
like
could be.
right. You're boy, you're right.
Eating an apple? Touching an apple?
Ooh.
Chewing an apple?
How would you obtain one?
Grabbing an apple?
But what if
Picking
it's-
an apple?
What if it wasn't yours?
Taking someone else's apple?
Yes.
Wait.
Picking someone else's apple tree?
Stealing an apple.
Stealing an apple?
It's called scrumping. We didn't know it was a real word, too. We got Gavined. We got Pubert Adamsed.
And then it was half an hour of the episode.
Yeah.
Talking scrumping.
And now we sell scrumping merchandise. And we haven't talked about it, but I'm thinking we should get into cider. I think we should be cider men.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. I want to start making cider. I want to keep the apple thing
Pale
going
and yellow,
because
you
Andrew
got
hates
juice there,
it.
fella. If it's tangy and brown, you're in Cider Town.
I would have thought it was like dancing or something.
What is that from?
It's a Flanders quote from The Simpsons. That's the only way I remember the difference between juice and cider. I know way too much Simpsons stuff.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's
we're
go
so
ahead and end
old.
this. On that note, no scrumping. You heard it here. Go to store.roosterteeth.com. Not only for your no scrumping merchandise needs, but also for your holiday merchandise like these scarves.
it
Yeah,
sell
don't buy fuckface stuff. Buy this red and blue blanket.
It's really tough.
It's got a warthog on it.
Yeah.
So much
Why do you not want him to buy that, but this?
Because these
Buy
guys need
whatever
help.
you want. Don't listen to Jeff. You want a no scrumping thing? Buy that.
Okay,
You want a
fine.
holiday stuff?
Fucking
Buy
buy
that
one.
too.
I don't care. I'm not going to try to stop you. But if you're going to do that, go ahead and buy the Go Go Now shirt that just came out too. That's an awesome one. And we've sold about 150 of those. So hop on board and you can be in there too.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.